1. How big are Labrador retrievers? Usually they're 21 to 25 inches at the shoulder, with males typically in the higher half of that range, and females in the lower half. Weight can be as low as 55 pounds, but is usually 65 to 80 pounds. Unfortunately, the trend seems to be for heavier and heavier labs, with a lot of individuals topping 90 pounds. I say unfortunately because heavier weight isn't good for their joints. This breed was supposed to be a medium-sized hunting retriever who could fit comfortably in a bird blind or a small boat. 2. Are there different types of Labrador retrievers? Not officially. There's only the one breed. They come in several colors, yet they're all Labrador retrievers. For hunting and field trials, though, black labs are by far the most common color. In my obedience classes, yellow labs are often the calmest and most mild-mannered. In contrast, the chocolate labs I've worked with have all been very energetic. Of course, it might just be coincidence. But apart from color, you'll definitely see labs who look quite different from other labs. Different builds, different body shapes. In particular, Labrador retrievers used primarily for hunting and field trials look very different from labs you see at dog shows that emphasize conformation. Labrador hunting/field lines are more athletic, agile, and energetic. They have a narrower head, longer muzzle, lankier body, and a sleeker coat. Labs from show lines are heavier boned and stockier, with a large blocky head and dense coat. Even within show lines there are variations, with British/English show lines having the shortest muzzle, shortest legs, and chunkiest build. To me, those dogs don't really look like the classic Labrador retriever. But they do tend to be very sweet dogs with mellow temperaments that fit well into many families. 3. How much exercise do Labrador retrievers need? Many owners don't give this breed the exercise it deserves. These athletic, bouncy dogs need regular opportunities to vent their energy and do interesting things. Otherwise, they will become bored, which they may express by becoming rambunctious and destructive. Labs also need mental stimulation, which means interesting activities that keep the mind stimulated. For example, a challenging dog sport, agility, rally obedience, musical freestyle, tracking, flyball, frisbee, field trials, interactive dog toys, a homemade obstacle course, fetch games and tricks. 4. Are Labrador retrievers easy to train? Yes, training most Labrador retrievers is easy. They housebreak quickly and are usually willing to please. But this breed is strong and energetic, especially adolescents. Many Labradors between 1 and 3 years old are dropped off at animal shelters or rescue groups because of dog behavior problems such as pulling vigorously on the leash and jumping on people. Focus on teaching loose leash walking, indoor calmness, and no jumping. 5. Are they friendly with strangers? Yes, most labs are happy to see everyone. They'll bark when someone comes to the door, but they're not protective. This is a friendly, trusting breed. 6. Are Labrador retrievers good with children? Most labs are among the best possible dogs for children. However, remember my cautions about exuberance and jumping. Young labs, up to 2 or 3 years old, romp and jump with vigor. That means things can go flying, including people. If your lab has been allowed to jump on people, you should stop this behavior immediately. Jumping can injure people, and even when it doesn't, it puts a dog in a heightened state of arousal that isn't good for him. If you don't yet have your dog and your home includes toddlers or infirm adults, you might consider skipping the challenging puppy and adolescent stages. Look into adopting an adult Labrador retriever from a rescue group. Adults have a more settled temperament and you can specifically look for a calm one. 6. Are Labrador retrievers good with other pets? Most labs are fine with other dogs and cats, fine with livestock, and even fine with very small pets such as rabbits and ferrets. Of course, introductions should be made properly. Don't just plunk a baby bunny onto the floor and let your full-grown lab loose in the room. Even a friendly dog can make mincemeat of a small fragile creature simply by jumping on it. 7. Grooming. Do Labrador retrievers shed a lot? Are they easy to groom? For such a short-haired dog, Labrador retrievers shed more than you might think, on the high side of average, at least. The bulk of their shedding occurs twice a year, for 3 weeks in the spring as their thicker winter coat switches to a cooler summer coat, and 3 weeks in the fall as their summer coat switches over to a winter coat. But they also shed some all through the year. Labs need more brushing than some other short-haired breeds because of the high shedding. If you don't diligently pull out the dead undercoat during regular grooming sessions, it will all fall out on your floors and furniture. On the plus side, obviously labs need no trimming. 9. How long do Labrador retrievers live? Are they a healthy breed? Labrador retrievers typically live 10 to 12 years. Many labs do live to 12 or 13, but usually with chronic health issues such as arthritis. Unfortunately, an increasing number of beloved labs are lost in middle age to inherited forms of cancer or heart disease. Common orthopedic diseases in Labradors include hip dysplasia, elbow dysplasia, and luxating patella, loose knee joints, each of which causes chronic pain and lameness and can require expensive surgery. Labs are very prone to rupturing the ligaments in their hind legs, expensive surgery again. And if one hind leg ruptures, the other is likely to follow at a later time. Another surgery. It's a good idea to have pet insurance when you own a lab. A number of eye diseases cause blindness in Labrador retrievers. The breed is at higher than average risk for an emergency gastrointestinal syndrome called bloat, which can kill a healthy dog within hours. A number of neurological/neuromuscular diseases, some of them deadly, affect Labrador retrievers. One example of an odd neuromuscular disease is called exercise-induced collapse. As the name suggests, affected Labradors who have been vigorously exercising suddenly begin swaying, collapse, and require a rest before they can move again. 10. What colors do Labrador retrievers come in? Officially, Labrador retrievers come in black, yellow, and chocolate. They also come in silver, gray, but this color is frowned on by breed purists. You might have heard someone say they had a golden lab or a fox red lab or a white lab. These are just made-up names for yellow labs whose shade of yellow happens to be golden or reddish or whitish. Whatever the shade, it's still just a yellow lab. Chocolate also comes in shades, from light coffee to deep chocolate brown. Now, what about silver Labrador retrievers? The official breed clubs, and breeders who show their dog in the conformation ring, state that silver is a disqualified color for showing purposes. In fact, most Labrador breeders insist that silver dogs aren't even purebred. Their position is that the silver gene infiltrated the Labrador's gene pool by crossbreeding labs with Weimaraners. I think they're probably right. I think that one or more Weimaraner crosses probably did introduce the silver gene at some point. However, since genetic diversity is a good thing in living creatures, I don't view crossbreeding as an evil thing. So if there are some Weimaraner genes floating around in a silver Labrador, that wouldn't bother me. On the other hand, if I wanted a dog who could be counted on to look and act like a lab, you're more likely to get that in a lab who isn't silver, especially if the silver breeder is still using Weimaraners in his breeding program. And based on the appearance of some silver labs, there are breeders who are still crossing in Weimaraners. But almost certainly silver Labrador retrievers are here to stay. Even though they can't be shown, the AKC still accepts them for registration. However, in a funny twist, those registration papers don't say silver. Remember, the AKC says that labs can only be black, chocolate, or yellow. So they register silver labs as chocolate because they consider silver to be a dilution of the chocolate gene. In other words, according to the AKC, your silver lab is actually a chocolate lab, also has inherited dilution gene that washes the chocolate into a silvery gray. It doesn't end there. Some silver labs aren't silvery gray, but dark charcoal gray. The AKC registers these dogs as black, considering charcoal to be a dilution of black. 11. What breeds are similar to Labrador retrievers? The Golden Retriever is similar to a Labrador in being a great all-around family dog and a great choice for first-time owners. Compared to Labs, Goldens tend to be even more outgoing toward everyone, more eager to please. Goldens do shed more than Labs and have a greater risk of health issues. Compared to Labs and Goldens, the flat-coated Retriever needs more exercise and interesting activities to keep them busy. This is not a good breed for a casual or couch potato owner. Flat coats also suffer from serious health issues. The Chesapeake Bay Retriever is a great dog for experienced owners. Compared to the Lab, a Chessie has a stronger temperament, needs more exercise, is more reserved with strangers, and can be bossy towards strange dogs. Are you thinking about getting a Labrador Retriever? Let us know what you decide in the comments below. And if you know someone who's thinking about getting a Labrador Retriever, please share this with them. If you liked this video, check out our website, the link is in the description of this video. Otherwise, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.